Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Speak English Podcast. I'm David, and today we're diving into something super important for every English learner.
And I'm Sarah. We're so happy you're here with us. If you've ever felt nervous, awkward, or even scared to speak English, trust me, you're not alone.
Seriously, this is one of the biggest challenges people face. You study hard, you know the words, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank. Sound familiar?
Or worse, you start thinking, what if I sound silly? What if they don't understand me? That fear takes over, and suddenly you're stuck.
It's like having a voice inside your head saying, "Don't mess up." And instead of feeling free, you freeze. That fear holds you back from speaking naturally.
I remember a student who was amazing in class. She could write essays and understand movies. But the moment she had to talk, she would panic and whisper.
Exactly. The fear of speaking isn't about a lack of knowledge. It's about confidence. It's about that inner pressure to be perfect all the time.
And let's be honest, perfection is impossible. Even native speakers mess up. So why do we expect ourselves to speak like robots with zero mistakes?
That kind of pressure is exhausting. And when you're always focused on avoiding mistakes, you're not really communicating, you're just surviving.
So if you've ever stayed quiet in a conversation because of fear or avoided speaking altogether, you're not weak. You're just human.
And this episode is for you. We're going to share practical tips, real strategies, and mindset shifts that will help you finally speak English with confidence.
No more hiding. No more letting fear win. You're going to learn how to unlock your voice and speak with natural flow, even if you're nervous.
Imagine being able to jump into a conversation, say what you think, and not feel that panic rising in your chest. That's what we're aiming for today.
You're going to learn how to train your brain to work with you, not against you. Speaking English can become a habit, not a horror story.
And we'll make this fun, honest, and full of examples. You're going to walk away from this episode with tools you can actually use, starting today.
Because let's face it, confidence isn't a magic trick. It's a skill. And the more you understand how it works, the faster it grows.
And when your confidence grows, so does your fluency. You stop overthinking, and your brain starts working in English, naturally and smoothly.
This is important because speaking is the bridge between learning and living a language. Without speaking, English stays trapped in your head.
Totally. And the moment you let go of fear, everything changes. You connect with people. You express yourself. You start to own the language.
So stick with us, because up next, we're going to break down the most common mistakes people make when trying to overcome their fear of speaking.
All right. So now that we understand how fear affects your ability to speak English, let's talk about some of the most common mistakes learners make when trying to overcome that fear. These are things we see all the time, and they're more common than you think.
Oh yes, these mistakes can feel small at first, but they build up and slowly kill your confidence. The good news is, once you know what they are, you can start to fix them right away and create much better habits. Let's dive into the first one.
Mistake number 1. Waiting until you feel ready. So many people think they need to be fluent before they even start speaking. But fluency doesn't come first. It comes from speaking, even when you're not ready.
Yes, it's like waiting to be fit before going to the gym. You learn by doing. Waiting keeps you stuck in your head, and fear grows when you don't take action. Speaking, even imperfectly, is the only way to build real confidence.
Mistake number 2. Focusing too much on grammar while speaking. Now, grammar is important, of course, but if you're constantly thinking about verb tenses mid-sentence, you're not really communicating. You're calculating.
Absolutely. I once had a student who paused every few words to fix her grammar. The conversation felt like a puzzle, but when she finally relaxed, she made a few mistakes, but sounded so much more natural and alive.
Mistake number 3. comparing yourself to native speakers or advanced learners. This one is so sneaky. You hear someone speak perfectly and immediately feel like you're not good enough. But everyone's journey is different.
Right? It's like judging your cooking on a professional chef's meal. You're not in competition with anyone, you just need to focus on your progress and celebrate the little wins, because those build the big ones.
Mistake number 4. Only practicing in safe zones, like apps or silent reading. While those tools are helpful, they can become comfort zones. Real speaking practice has to be active, even if it's just talking to yourself out loud.
Totally. It's like training for a race by only stretching. You need real movement. Talking out loud, shadowing native speakers, or joining low-pressure conversations builds the muscle of speaking, little by little.
Mistake number 5. Letting one bad experience define your confidence. One awkward moment, and people shut down completely. But that's just part of the process. Even native speakers have awkward moments. Every single day.
Yes, I've stumbled on words in both languages. It doesn't mean I can't speak. It means I'm human. Your mistakes aren't failures. They're feedback. They show you where to grow and remind you that you're trying, and that matters.
All right. Now let's flip the script and look at what actually works. These next steps are practical, easy to apply, and they really help reduce fear and increase fluency. So grab a notebook or just listen in. This is gold.
Step 1. Change your inner voice. Start catching the voice in your head that says, I can't, or what if I mess up, and replace it with, it's okay to make mistakes, or I'm learning and improving every day. This creates safety in your mind.
It might feel silly at first, but it's powerful. If your brain is used to panic and criticism, confidence can't grow. But with kind, supportive thoughts, speaking becomes less scary and more natural. It's like training your mind to become your teammate.
Step 2. Start speaking in low-stakes environments. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Talk to your dog, record yourself, or speak in front of the mirror. These moments help you feel more comfortable using your voice in English.
Yes, these aren't fake moments. They're reps. Just like athletes train before game day, you're training your tongue, your brain, your rhythm. The more you do it in small, safe ways, the easier it becomes in real situations.
Step 3. Practice thinking in English daily. This means narrating your day in your head using English, like, I'm making coffee, or I need to call my friend. It sounds basic, but it's actually rewiring your brain.
Exactly. It removes the need to translate. You stop thinking in your native language and switching to English. You just live in English. That reduces hesitation and increases flow when you speak.
Step 4. Focus on connection, not perfection. When you talk to someone, the goal isn't to sound like a dictionary, it's to connect, share, and express. People remember how you made them feel, not how perfect your grammar was.
This mindset shift is huge. Instead of thinking, I hope I don't mess up, think, I want to connect with this person. It turns fear into curiosity, and conversations start to feel more human and a lot more fun.
Step 5. Use the 5-second rule. When you feel fear or hesitation rising, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It breaks overthinking and gives you a moment of courage. This works so well when you're about to speak up.
Yes, I love this one. It interrupts your fear loop and creates momentum. It's like a little push from your future self saying, you got this. Try it the next time you hesitate to raise your hand or join a group chat in English.
Step 6. Celebrate your progress out loud. When you have a small win, like introducing yourself, ordering food, or finishing a voice message, say it out loud. I did it. That feeling grows your confidence fast.
Most people skip this step, but it's huge. Your brain needs to feel success to repeat it. Celebrating makes the progress real, and that reinforces the habit of speaking. It also makes the journey more joyful.
Let's quickly recap the steps so you can remember them. Step 1. Change your inner voice. Step 2. Speak in low-stakes situations. Step 3. Think in English daily. Step 4. Focus on connection. Step 5. Use the 5-second rule. Step 6. Celebrate your wins.
These steps might seem simple, but they work, especially when you do them consistently. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing to act despite the fear, one step at a time.
And if you're listening right now, just know you're already doing more than most people by showing up, learning, and growing. That's powerful. Don't stop here. This is how real transformation begins. All right, so now that we've gone through the biggest mistakes and the step-by-step confidence plan, it's time to bring that into your everyday life. Let's talk about easy daily habits you can start right away.
That's right. Big changes come from small, repeatable actions. If you build English into your routine, it becomes natural over time, like brushing your teeth or checking your phone.
Habit number 1. Start your day in English. Before you check messages or open social media, take 1 minute to say out loud what you're going to do that day, all in English.
Even if it's simple stuff like, I have a meeting, or I'm going to the market. It sets your brain into English mode from the start, and that has a huge impact on how confident you feel later.
Habit number 2. Talk to yourself throughout the day. It sounds funny, but trust me, it works. Comment on what you're doing, like, I'm washing the dishes, or I need to answer that email.
Yes, and no one has to hear you. You can whisper it, or just think it. The point is to turn your passive English into active use. That repetition builds fluency and reduces the fear of speaking out loud.
Habit number 3. Think in English whenever possible. This means trying to reduce the translation in your head. So instead of thinking agua, try to immediately think water. It's a small but powerful shift.
And at first, your brain might resist a bit. It's used to your native language. But over time, this habit actually trains your thinking patterns. And thinking in English reduces hesitation dramatically.
Habit number 4. Write a short journal entry in English at the end of the day. Just 3 or 4 sentences about how your day went. It's like talking to yourself on paper, and it helps organize your thoughts.
Plus, when you write about your day in English, you naturally learn words related to your real life. That vocabulary sticks better because it's connected to your own experiences and emotions.
Habit number 5. Use English for tiny tasks, like setting reminders, naming your playlists, or labeling folders on your computer. These small changes keep English visible and active all day long.
And the cool thing is, none of these habits require extra time. You're already thinking, speaking, and planning. Just switch the language and let your brain get used to working in English.
Now, we know it's not always smooth sailing, so let's be real and talk about some common difficulties that might come up and what you can do to push through them with confidence.
One major challenge is, I don't know enough words. That's a big fear, right? But here's the truth. You don't need fancy vocabulary to express yourself. Use simple words well and build from there.
Yes, start with words you already know and describe things around them. Like instead of saying kitchen towel, you can say cloth to dry hands. You're still communicating, and that's what matters.
Another common struggle is, I get frustrated when I make mistakes. That's natural. But if you wait to be perfect, you'll never start. Mistakes aren't the enemy. They're the path.
Reframe it. Every time you mess up, smile and say, okay, that's one step closer to speaking better. Because really, you only learn to ride a bike by wobbling and falling a few times, right?
And the third struggle, I don't have time to practice. We get it. Life is busy. But you don't need hours. You need moments. 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there. That's enough to keep momentum.
Yes, use those little pockets of time while cooking, walking, even in the shower. Repeat words, listen to a podcast, or describe what you're doing. Every minute in English helps you move forward.
The point is, even with challenges, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. And the more consistent you are, the more confident you'll become, one day at a time.
If you're still listening right now, we just want to say, you're amazing. Really. You care enough about your growth to keep showing up. That's how transformation begins, by staying in the game.
So don't give up just because you're scared. Speak even when you're nervous. Try even when you're unsure. Little by little, that's how fear loses power, and your confidence takes over.
And hey, if this episode helped you even just a little, leave a comment that says confidence. We'd love to know who's out there building that fearless English voice with us.
Yes, and be sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss the next episodes. We've got more tools, real talk, and tips coming to help you speak English with more courage every week.
And share this with a friend who's learning too. Because practicing together, encouraging each other, and celebrating progress, that's what this journey is all about. You don't have to do it alone.
So let's wrap this up on a high note. You can speak English with confidence. It's not about being perfect. It's about being brave, practicing daily, and believing in your growth. You've got this.
You're already further than you think. Keep the momentum going. Keep using your voice. And most of all, keep trusting that every small step is leading you to something bigger. See you next time.
Until then, stay confident, stay curious, and, as always, keep speaking. We'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way. Thanks for listening to Speak English Podcast.